Okay, here we go. We are at a Better RV Storage, and this is the demonstration video 1 for the Sprinter. Before we go driving, one of the things that I usually do, or almost always, is do a little walk around, and that's what I thought I'd do here first. Kind of go over some of the things that I look at on the Sprinter before we take it for a drive. We don't have the tire pressure sensor gauges working on the instrument panel, and so I usually take a good look at the tires before we go and make sure that the tire pressure is good. So these tires look good. There is a tire pressure gauge inside. Always check to see that the windows are secure. This window is open, so if we were going to take off driving, we'd want to close that. And down here is the gray water discharge port. We can talk about that maybe in the next video. And going back here is the bike rack. And actually this might be a place where you could hold the camera page and I could do, or Nancy and I could do a quick demo of how some of the ins and outs of the bike rack. So if you could just hold that on me.
Yep.
So this is the lock right here. It screws in to secure the bike. And I'm just taking it off now. And that's the button, and this hinges around. It's out of the way. Got a little handy dandy bungee here to keep this door open because it doesn't stay open by itself. This is the other door. One thing I want to point out in here is there's a set of keys that we keep back there. This is the key for the water port, and these are the keys for the Yakima lock on the bike rack and the Thule ski box on the top. So there's two sets of keys in here, and the other set's inside. But just so you know where this set is, there's a little eye bolt that goes on there. And I'll close things up again. You have to hit this button first, and then you can swing the bike rack around. Push it in until it clicks. And then engage this to tighten it up. And usually tight is about the 6 o'clock position, so that's about pointing straight down. So I hope you can hear that. Tight's about the 6 o'clock position, pointing straight down. So we'll go around the rest of the van. This little thing here is the shore power hookup. So this is where you would plug in shore power. On the back door is the cable for shore power. This thing here is the hot water tank. So you could take that cover off if you needed to get to the hot water tank, but probably you wouldn't need to do that. Down underneath, this is the where the shutoff is for the propane. And it's this valve right here.
Do you want me to hold it?
And this little thing here is the discharge for the heater. So we'll go inside here. A couple of things to show, and you open up the driver's door. This is where they cleverly hid the gas or diesel tank cap, so it's automatically locked when you lock the door, which is kind of a neat thing. And if you need to know anything about the tires, this little chart right here tells you the size of the tires and how much pressure you're supposed to have. Actually, there's more pressure on the rear tires than the front tires, is the way it's set up. And we'll step inside, and maybe you can walk around, Nancy. A couple of things to talk about inside the van. Starting it is pretty straightforward, so I won't really go through that. But inside this little compartment here, we keep a logbook, and I like to put in every time we fill up how much diesel we put in and what the mileage is, so I can calculate the mileage. This is the maintenance records, and it also has the insurance card in the event you need that. This is a tire pressure gauge, so you can pop that on if you need to check tire pressure. The owner's manual is in the glove box, and the registration is in there as well. So that's a couple of neat things. Now Nancy's going to come back here and hold the camera, and I will give you a quick demo on how to swivel the seats. Now I'm going to do the driver's side seat so that you can, because that's the one that's the trickiest to do. And what I do is sit in here, and there's two little levers here. One allows you to slide the seat forward and back. So I'm going to pull that over so I can slide the seat all the way forward. And then you have to tilt the seat forward. And if you do those two things, you can grab the other lever and the seat will rotate around, and you're in good shape for rotating the seats. The passenger seat's pretty similar, although you don't need to slide it forward before you turn it around. It'll actually pop around all by itself. So that gets us into living mode. And I think that's all we're going to do on this one. And the next one we're going to talk about some of the kitchen and systems. So, thanks.
You just hit the red one?